Shut the door on you out, thanks. Hey guys, what's happening, what's going on, and welcome to the first video of the We Do Social YouTube channel. My name is John, and today I'm going to talk about the very basics of manual photography. So let's say you are upgrading from an iPhone or a point and shoot, and you're buying a DSLR, which I'm recording on now, and you want to really get the most out of it. I believe to get the most out of a DSLR, you need to understand the three main concepts of manual photography so you can really utilize the functions of the camera and control your image a lot more. So the three main components of manual photography are aperture, shutter speed, and ISO. Okay, so let's start with aperture. Let's say I want to take a picture of this globe, and I want the globe to be really high in focus and everything behind it to be out of focus. I would use a low aperture setting. A low aperture setting means that there's lots of light in the frame and you have a lot more detail in the image of whatever you're focused on, and the depth of field becomes very blurred behind it. If you have a high aperture, that means less light in the image, but if I was taking a picture of the same composition, the vase in the background, the little Buddha, the desk would all be in focus if I had a higher aperture and there'd be less light in the image. Hopefully that explains aperture really simply. This time we're talking about shutter speed. So if I have a slow shutter speed on now while the globe is spinning, when I take the image of the globe, it would capture the globe blurring as it swirls around, because the lens is open for a long period of time and then shuts, so it captures all movement and it brings in a lot of light because the lens is open for so long. Then if I'm shooting on a short, quick shutter speed and I took a picture of the same globe moving, it would capture an exact point of when the globe was moving if the shutter speed was quick enough. However, when you do this, there's less light in the image. So that you can see how you have to muck around with each one to make sure you get the right image. So for example, with shooting at night, if you want to capture movement in the image of cars whizzing past, you'd have a really slow shutter speed so you capture the blurred lines going along past the image. So the final component is ISO. ISO doesn't get spoken about as much because it doesn't really affect the image as much as aperture and shutter speed do. However, ISO effectively is how sensitive your camera is to light. So the higher your ISO, the more light you can have in your image effectively. So if you're shooting in broad daylight, you'd shoot in a really low ISO because you don't need too much light. But if you're shooting in quite a dark scenario and you want to brighten it up a bit and you've got the aperture and the shutter speed you want, you need to up the ISO. The only bad thing about upping the ISO, it increases the noise in the image. So if you want to shoot a big like canvas image with loads of pixels and a really high resolution, if you stick a really high ISO, you're going to be able to notice that when you zoom in. So yeah, I think I've covered it pretty much as simply as I could. If you're going out shooting on your DSLR for the first time, I'd recommend just writing down the really basics of each element on like a little cheat sheet, and then when you go out to shoot you can just quickly refer to it. If you've got an idea in your head and you're not quite sure how you want to do it, quickly refer to your cheat sheet, sort it out a lot quicker. Then once you've done it a few times, it will stick in your head and it will work like clockwork. Hopefully you enjoyed this first video on the We Do Social YouTube channel. If you're after tips and tricks of photography, please subscribe and I will see you soon. Thank you very much for watching.